Festival goers at Winchester's Boomtown Fair had a big night out last night, but for many it was nothing like the one they were hoping for. Some of them had to queue for up to 10 hours to get into the event, with complaints over cramped conditions, limited water supplies and a lack of toilet facilities. Organisers have apologised, blaming the queues on increased searches and delays opening the site gates because of bad weather. Edward Sault has more.
Well, tonight the Boomtown Fair is well and truly underway. Today is the first official day of the festival. You might even be able to hear a bit of the music behind me. You'll certainly be able to see the colourful rows of tents. But yesterday was a different picture. For many people coming here, they had to wait up to 11 hours to get in. It wasn't the start to a weekend of partying that these revellers were expecting. Extra security checks and muddy fields meant rather than getting into the festival spirit, crowds were getting into long queues instead.
We got it out the coach at 3:30. We didn't get in until 1 o'clock this morning. It was horrible.
Well, we knew that there was going to be long queues anyway, but I think it was a bit diabolical that we had to wait so long.
You couldn't leave to go to the loo or get any water or anything.
Another of those waiting was 18-year-old Keir Harris from Romsey. This is his first festival, and it's certainly left a lasting impression.
We got into the queue at about 11:30 in the morning, and we didn't get into the festival until 9:30. Completely dark, we couldn't find each other, and it was another hour before we'd set up our tent. We couldn't get out of the queue either if anything happened. There were people who did actually collapse. They told us they were handing out water. They threw hard-capped bottles of water into the crowd from above, about 30 into a crowd of 3,000, as if that was going to make a difference.
It's also left an impression back home for Keir's dad, and not a good one either.
It was obvious to anybody looking at it that it hadn't been organised properly. I think that the people that were put into that untenable situation should have a full or at least partial refund of their tickets, because it's not an enjoyable experience.
Organisers have apologised for what happened and say a huge technical problem which affected the wristband scanning system that allows festival goers in didn't help.
The fact that people were queuing out there for hours and hours, we can't apologise enough. It's been 3.5 weeks of rain. I've worked in festivals most of my life, and that was the worst build we've ever experienced. We put in a whole additional security measures to search people and make sure that no drugs were getting onto site. That was a whole layer we've never had before, and that really did cause a big problem as well.
60,000 revellers are expected here over the course of the coming days to see the likes of Arrested Development, DDoS and Flavour. Those festival goers and the organisers will be hoping they can put the problems of the past few days behind them and enjoy a weekend of good music. Edward Sault, BBC South Today.